everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brienne and this is Bree's Knits. So it's been a while since I've last seen you. I don't really know what to say other than that. It's just life, you know. I guess a little bit of an update. So around July, I started my journey of writing a novel. I was participating in Camp NaNoWriMo, which got the gears turning. I think I did about 3,000 words in July, and then I kept going and kept going. Participated in NaNoWriMo. My goal was 65,000 words. I finished with 67,000 words, 67,000 and something hundred words by November 30th, which concluded my novel. I'm giving myself a month break to just chillax because I've been working on it since July to November, so it's about 4 months, and I just want to be able to enjoy the holidays, I guess. Trying to think of what else. So I've been working on that a lot more, and then on top of that, toddler life has kicked into high gear. Every week is something new. Every week my baby wakes up and he has a whole extra aspect of his personality that developed, and it's kind of crazy how like intense it can feel sometimes. But it's been really like, it's just really hectic, I guess is the only way I can say it. And like I can try to film when he's napping, but the problem is that sometimes he doesn't nap for that long. He sleeps a lot throughout the night. He hardly wakes up throughout the night, which is great, amazing. But that means he also doesn't nap as often. He takes like one nap, and sometimes it's 30 minutes, sometimes it's 40 minutes. There's really no telling how long he'll nap for. Right now my husband's home, so I'm like trying to, they went out to go do stuff while I filmed. So I'm really grateful for that, like opportunity to have that support too right now. But also on top of that, like on top of toddler life and writing a novel, not gonna lie, I kind of lost my motivation. There was a lot of fit issues I was having. One of the main ones being my Daft Days cardigan. I know that in the pattern, Rebecca does mention like some testers found it a little bit better to go up a full needle size, which for me would have been 6mm needles. And I didn't like how the slip stitch looked on 6mm needles, so I kind of opted to stay with the 5, which was a huge mistake because now it's like, it feels like 5 inches, not 5, maybe like a few inches, like 2 inches negative ease. And I kind of got some big arms. Well, not big arms, but like, like they're not like extra small size. So usually that's what it feels like I'm shoving my arm into. It feels like I'm a little sausage casing in my arms. Like everything else is fine, and then it's just the arms. Do I like ripping back? No. Will I have to? Yes, because I do like the color combinations I made for that sweater. So I would really prefer to be able to wear it. I also had started, well, on top of that too, like not having that much time, right, to knit, which is fine. Like I can take it slow and steady, but that just means I can't really like, I don't really have anything to show because everything I'm working on, I've been working on for months. Or like, I don't know. It's just it's time consuming, and then raising a toddler is also time consuming. So I'm just not at that phase of my life where I can finish things quickly, or, I guess when I do finish things and they don't fit right, I'm just like, whatever. I just don't have the energy to fight it or undo it or anything like that. So yeah, that's been life. That's been life recently. I went to the SoCal Fiber Fair though recently. Like I still love it. Like it's just, the love was a little dampened a little bit. I was also knitting on some socks that I was really excited about, and it was supposed to be like my self-love socks. They were supposed to be my birthday socks, they did not. I tried them on midway through. My gauge was right, but it's really hard to put my foot through, which I'll talk through later. But when I looked at like some of the project pages on Ravelry too, I did notice a few other people saying the same thing. So I don't know if I just need to knit looser or what, but yeah, that's been rough too. So it's just like stuff like that, like little things that have been really bugging me. I'm trying to think of what else, but yeah, I did go to the SoCal Fiber Fair, and if you saw my vlog, you've seen everything there, essentially. I went with my husband and with my son. Last year we all went too, and this year we went on the Saturday. I think last year we went on Sunday, which I feel like was a little bit more chilled out. Or maybe because like there's more hype and more people came this year. But that's really fun. I had a lot of fun. I think I only stayed there for like a couple hours. Last year I even like went outside to eat and came back in. And this year I was like in and out, let's go. This year my only plan was to buy project bags and then maybe some stitch markers, but I did buy a few skeins of yarn because they were on sale. That was like one thing I didn't know last year, because I'd gone on the second day, was that Yarn Dyers had brought their sale yarn too. So now I know that for next year and I know to maybe get there when they open. So that way I have like more options available to me, I guess. But this year I feel like I made out really good. And I usually, like before the fair, I typically tend to tell myself, okay, this is going to be my budget. And like, this is how many skeins it basically allots for me, or however many project bags, right? So that was that. So that worked out in my favor. I got to meet Kahila, Malika, and their mom. That was a lot of fun. I met another viewer. That was like really surreal too, going from like online to in person. So that was crazy, but it was still like so much fun. Like I was riding a high for like a week. I think that's it really. As far as like updates go, there's really not much else to update on. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm doing like a mini vlogmas because like I've already mentioned, like with a toddler, having to set up the camera and everything, just like really time consuming. I don't like editing as it is. I prefer to edit the podcasts versus vlogs because there's multiple sound, what do you call it? Sound sources, or like at different times, you know? So I don't like that. Like my husband edited the SoCal Fiber Fair one for me because I was like, I don't want to do this. Actually, I edited the clips together, but he did like the sound and stuff because I was like, no, not for me. So that's also part of the reason why I don't tend to upload as much. I don't like the editing part, but since my husband's home right now, I'm gonna just do the editing. Hi. And this is to him for later. I'm trying to think of what else to say. I think that's it really. Yeah, so I'm doing mini vlogmas on Instagram because it's like, I like the idea of vlogmas, but I just like having to whip out my camera is just not it for me. And editing on Instagram is a little bit easier for me than editing for YouTube. So yeah, if you're interested in stuff like that, you can go check it out. Is it as cute and cozy as other people who do vlogmas? No, but you can see what I do every day if you're into that. It's mostly cleaning, hanging around the house, drinking coffee, knitting, wrapping presents right now. I'm trying to think of anything else. I think that's it. So let's get into the actual like podcast, like the format of everything. And first off, we have finished objects, which for me is more of a finished object. Okay, so for my only finished object right now, I have the Chunky Loop phone bag by Other Loops. And this is what my project looks like. It's just big enough to hold my iPhone, or I don't really remember which iPhone I have. But here you go. It's a little phone bag, as the title suggests. I have, so rewind. A lot of stuff happened in November and October. I'm not going to get into it because it was not great, but my husband did end up telling me, like on one of the days that just was not a great day, that he, before it had turned into like complete chaos, my husband had told me earlier that day that him and my son got us Disney passes. So I was really excited about that, and I like jokingly told one of my friends that I can go with her to these Disney meetups that she goes to, which are just like mostly, it seems like, Disney influencers, I guess, and then some other people that just follow them. It's like really a big group, and it's really cute, and sometimes they get all dressed up and they have like themes each time, and it's super adorable. And and one of that same friend, one time, I guess in a goodie bag, she was gifted like a little phone keychain holder thing. And I told her, I was like, oh, those are really convenient. Like I would want one too, instead of having to like reach in for my purse all the time, or something like that. And then I was like, you know what? I had seen the phone bag for a while on Ravelry, and I wanted to make it. I was just like, I don't know who would want one, but the answer is me. I want one. So I made it like Christmassy themed, mostly because I had the yarn in stash, and the yarn just ended up looking very, very Christmassy. I guess it depends on the way you look at it. It's like Christmassy, or like that toothpaste brand. I forgot what it's called. Aqua something. It's like green stripe, white stripe, and red stripe. But the green is very like spearminty green, like this. I remember I did the main, like the base color is a Lion brand. It's the Pima Cotton and Vintage. And then there's Aragana yarns. It's like a cotton acrylic blend. And I believe the color name was like Parrot or something. So that's like the green and like the brown and all like the multicolored colors running through it. And then the red was just a paint box cotton DK, which is more like a sport weight yarn, all in here. So I held one strand of the Lion brand, 2 strands of the cotton acrylic, and then 1 strand of so 4 strands I held together for a bulky weight. And I think I went a needle size up because I didn't have the recommended needle, but it works out fine. It was my first time doing a Judy's Magic cast on. I was really intimidated by Judy's Magic cast on for a while, and then I did it. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So yay for extending my skills. Yeah, I can't say much else to that. I do think they are convenient though, and I would like to make some for friends in the future. Or if I keep going to these meetups, I can just like use up my scraps. I have some pink bamboo yarn I can hold with the Lion brand because I have a lot of the Lion brand. Or I have some Wool and the King, the cotton yarn and eucalyptus. So I can do that for Valentine's Day, Galentine's Day, whatever. Like, I think that could work. It'd be really cute little gifts. It doesn't take that long to make, but again, chunkier needles, chunkier yarn, and also toddler running around. So yeah, it shouldn't take that long. Anyone else who can sit and just knit, this would probably be done in a few hours. For me, it took a few days because I stopped every so often. But yeah, pretty great. I think the thing too with the toddler is like I want to be able to just set down my project and come back to it if I need to. Like if I need to run to go grab him or something. I don't want it to be too complicated. Like even if it's just lace or eyelets or whatever, like I just would rather not do that kind of project while taking care of him, because I don't want to, one, mess it up, or two, not be available to, at a moment's notice if he's like playing and getting into something. So yeah, that's why it took me a few days. But there's that. And now 2 whips. I'll go, I guess, with like one of the ones that I was working on that I've paused and will probably rip back, honestly, and try again, is the Mermaid Avenue socks by Summerly Knits. So these are the socks I had mentioned that I can't really get my foot into. My gauge was correct. I'm doing the mermaid scale patterns just fine. I don't know what the heck is happening, but I can't, like, I really have to shove my foot in there. Like I can't get it past the ball of my foot when I put it on. So that, or I just need to knit a bigger size so that way it can like fit on there. But yeah, like I picked the correct size for my foot and the gauge was correct, but it's just not. And even like I've tried to like relax the foot, tried to block it, and it's just not going over my foot. So I'm gonna have to guess the issue is with the pattern for my foot, I guess. I don't know how to explain that. Not with the pattern. Do you know what I mean? Like I need to figure something else out. I need to figure out what went wrong for my specific sock. But that's a whip that might just be unfinished for a while. The next few whips are gifts. So one of them is a beanie. I'm not going to say who it's for in case they watch this, but I am doing the weekend hat by Petite Knit. The yarn I think is Barocco Alpaca Vintage or something in Candy Mix. I think that's what it's called. It's just an orange with some red and yellow through it. The weekend hat is just a 1x1 ribbed hat, but there is like some double knitting in between for like folding the hat up like that. I think you can do it a couple times. So making that one. This one's on pause for another whip, which I'll talk about in a bit. That one has a bit of a stricter deadline, but I will be working on this soon. Actually, this coming week, I'll start it back up. But I like this one too, just because it's an easy project with the 1x1, and also it is a present. Another whip I am doing is a pair of socks. This one is the Weekend Socks. Is it Weekend Shorty Socks or something like that by Summerly Knits? She has it to like do multiple different colors, but as it's a gift, and the person I know I will be giving this to, I'm not sure if they will like multiple colors, so I'm just kind of keeping it simple. I have one sock already finished. I blocked it already too. It's just a blush color. They said their colors are like blush, browns, and neutrals. Sorry, the lighting's a little weird. I would put on like my camera light, but because I have my new microphone on there, I can't. But anyway, it's a blush yarn. It's just like an ankle sock. It's Debbie Bliss Rialto, I think. So it's just a basic sock yarn. It fits fine. The person who I'm gifting this to, their foot is almost as long as mine, a little bit wider, so it does. I feel like it'll fit just fine. My foot's a little bit longer, so I think that might like even out. But yeah, I'm just working on the second sock. But again, put these on hold for another project. I do like these for gifts because they're just so easy to like work up really quickly. I think this took me like a week, which, like I said, anyone else who probably has more time to knit or just sit and knit could probably bust that out in less than a week. Like the whole pair of socks might take a full week. But yeah, I'll probably be starting to work on this again next week too. And then another whip I have is my husband's Moby sweater. I finally have connected the body in the round. So now I have to just finish the body. But it is cables, so I'm kind of hoping to finish my other whips first, and then I'll get to this. It's supposed to be his Christmas present though, so I don't think it's going to be done by then, but it'll be done. But at least because I've done the back yoke 3 times already. I think this was the 3rd time. So I'm finally getting to it. Yeah, so I just connected. I like quite literally just connected before I paused it. But also I was in the middle of my writing and all that jazz, which he's been around for, so he's seen and known and all of that. And then I have one more whip before I get to my acquisitions. So like I've mentioned earlier, I am going to Disney meetup with my friend. Sorry, I'm like trying to stay closer to the light. The theme for the dressing up part is like a Disney Christmas thing, but the girls are always getting like fully, like they go all out. So some of them are like sponsored by like Box Lunch and stuff, and some of them even have like Selkie dresses, which I've but I've looked at the website and I'm like kind of disappointed to learn that most of their dresses are polyester. And it's like, I know some of the Disney girls apparently have said before that, well, not I know, but some of them have apparently said that within like an hour, they're already burning up in it. And I'm like, yeah, because you're like in a plastic bubble, literally. But that is not the point here. The point is that they get all dressed up, even in cute little silky dresses. And I'm like, of course, because the girlies can appreciate like a good outfit. So for Christmas, for the Christmas meetup, I'm going to be wearing like a black square neckline. It's like a square corset mini dress with like some polka dot tights. And I'm making a cape. I didn't realize I just started the row, so I can't show you around my shoulders, but it currently lands up to here. I'm using the Sunday collar as like a jumping off point, I guess. I'm using the, what's it called? It's the Wool and the Gang. I forgot what it's called. I don't know. It's the bulky weight one. It's like the blown yarn. I think it's in forest green. It's like, oh my gosh. I remember I was gonna make this with make the Made You Fall with this one, but I just decided I wanted the cape instead. I'm doing it on 5mm needles, so it's modified. Instead of whatever the amount of stitches to cast on is, I cast on 56 stitches. I did the increases as the pattern suggested, and then I went up to 6x6 rib basically towards the end. I didn't want it to be just like this. I don't know if that makes sense. Because it like the collar itself doesn't have any shaping. It's just straight over your chest and that's it. I don't know if that makes sense, but I realized a little too late that I was like, oh, maybe I want like a little bit of a dip right in the back. So I did some German short rows. Did they come out great? I don't really know. I don't think so. But you know what? I tried. So, I don't know. I feel like you won't be able to see it until later, until it's actually off the needles. Right now I'm currently almost at 40 centimeters. so it's like at least up to here, like an inch off the ditch of the elbow. I want it to be at elbow length, so I'm working a little bit more. I think I have about 5 more centimeters to work on. But I'm getting there. So I'm really excited. It's pretty warm too. I think, like, I know the collar itself uses I-cords, and last year I made a capelet too, but I did it holding 2 strands of mohair together. And I did it on, I think, 4mm needles. And I did the I-cord, I did a full I-cord strap. The collar itself, you do a crochet chain thing for the button loop. But I'm thinking about adding ribbon to this instead. Because, well, one, I feel like it's going to be a pain in the butt to do an I-cord for this, but I really also just like the way that the ribbon looks. And then the dress itself is like, has a very like satin sheen. So I feel like this green would look really cute. It is a bit of a contrast in comparison. And I also have some velvet yarn for Christmas presents. And I kind of compared the two. It is a bit of a darker shade of green, but when I put them together, I was like, it just feels too like, I don't know. I don't like it. My heart was sold on the satin because the ribbon itself will lay a little bit longer in the front once it's pinned on. Well, not pinned, but like sewed on here. And then it'll like lay in the front a little bit more, so it'll look a little bit nicer with the dress. I had thought about going full on Christmas tree vibes too and put like a red ribbon around it, but I cannot for the life of me find any red satin ribbon nearby me. It's a lot of just wired ribbon, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to stick with what I have. This is my Christmas ribbon from last year. So, you know what? Good enough for me. But yeah, that's what it is. I'm hoping to also do a vlog of the Disney meetup, but we shall see. Honestly, we'll see. Hopefully you see this before then, because it's next week. So right now it is what date is it today? It's Friday. Oh, Friday, December 6th. And the meetup is next week. So hopefully you'll see it by then. But anyway, that's it for that. I have some acquisitions this time around. Oh, is it recording? It is recording. Okay. I got scared for a second because I saw something change and I was like, but I think it's just changing it's like automatic changing the setting. Anyway, so I did, like I mentioned, got a few skeins of yarn. Last year, I did have my eye on Oink pigments because I did like their colors. I thought their colors were really nice. Even like their solid tonals were really, really nice. So I walked in there and they were having like a 20% off of some of their skeins of yarn. So I got a lot of fingering weight yarn, which I think on theirs is called Nimbus, I think. Yeah, Nimbus. It's fingering weight yarn, 410 yards with 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. The color I'm going to show you right now is called Sting Operation. I guess it was from their October 2021 collections or something. Focus. Okay. So it's like light pink-ish with all these cute little speckles. It's like blue, purple, pink, purple, and then there's some yellow dotted around. I'm so sorry about the lighting. Let me see if this will not help. There's some yellow speckles in there too. Yellow and blue, and then you got some like really bright pink bits. And like, what can I say other than love? And then I saw this aquamarine one. It's called Random Carp. It's also on their Nimbus base. It's like an aquamarine color with some yellow and brown speckling. There's some extra dark like blue speckling throughout there. Really beautiful overall. And then this last one really reminded me of Hedgehog Fibers. It's called I Need Space. It's also on their Nimbus base. It's a gray skein with some yellow, like bright highlighter yellow with some pinks in there and some speckles. Look at this. It's like dark gray, black with pink and yellow. And it's just really cute. There was a hedgehog fiber colorway I saw that was like kind of similar to this. And I have wanted to try hedgehog fibers, mostly because of the color. I am a sucker for speckles. So like speckles and tweed for some reason. Do I have a lot of stuff like that? No, but I like how it looks. So just seeing this, I was like, absolutely, yes, you're coming home with me. And all of these were 20% off. So whatever their normal price usually is, 20% off. So is this one. And oh my gosh, sorry, there's like a bit of fuzz stuck on it that was not there before. Anyway, so amazing, amazing, amazing. I love it. And then last but not least, this one's called Disco Pigtail. It's a fingering weight yarn, 92% merino, 8% lurex sparkle. It's 101 yards per 10 grams. It's called Poison Apple. And when I saw this, I went, ooh, that's cute. And I knew I had to get it. So here we are. And I thought, like, if I do make these into socks, like, how cute would that be together? Adorable. Am I right? I'm right. I know I am. Anyway, the next one I got was from Super Glow Fibers. I actually got 2 skeins of these, but I think the second one's like at the bottom of my container, so I'm not going to go get it. This is from the Chappell Rowan collection. It's called Kaleidoscope. It's the boucle light base, so it's boucle, and it's 492 yards for 100 grams or 450 meters. I've never knit with boucle. I've always been like low-key intimidated. But I saw Leslie from Knit California literally that morning when I was getting ready. I was watching one of her videos and she showed that she was doing her California sweater pattern. That's like her pattern in a boucle with a Surrey alpaca. Do I have enough Surrey? No, but I have a like purple-ish mohair and I have more than enough for a sweater. And this is like so much yardage. I can just use the 2 skeins that I purchased, I'm pretty sure. If not, it's gonna be super cropped. My legs are longer anyway than my torso, so maybe it'll be okay. But it's just, I saw that this was also a sale yarn. I think this was like $20 a skein, which is amazing. But it's mostly blue with the purple, greens. It's got some pinks in there too, like bright color pinks. If you know Super Glow Fibers, their colors are really, really bright. And when she came out with the Chappell Rowan one, I was like, oh, these are really cute. But then there's other ones I was like, I don't know if I want to buy it. Because like, that's when I was in the middle of my rut. And I'm like, I don't know, like maybe not. But I saw this and I was like, oh, yes, you're coming home with me. So I'm pretty excited because I kind of liked how that California sweater looked in the boucle. And then there's also like another, I have a pattern from Pablo Knitwear that I haven't knit yet, but I think it's called her Maple Jumper. And she's done it with 2 strands of boucle for like a good squishy feeling sweater. So I feel like I want a boucle sweater. And even my son, he kept coming for this yarn and was like doing this the whole time. I'm like, that's it. Feel the squish, do the squishies. So that's one other thing I got. And then I did pick up a few things that I actually intended to get, which were some stitch markers. I went to the Needle Runs Through It, or a Needle Runs Through It booth. They're on Etsy. They have these really, really cute stitch markers. This one is their Book Lovers stitch marker little card. They're so stinking adorable. Look at that. So cute. I love them. It comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitch markers. I think it was like $13, $12, something like that. Sorry, I'm booked. Oh wait. Can you see that one? Can you see what it says? Anyway, so when I got these, I was also handed a free stitch marker that says SoCal Fiber Fair 2024 with a little lamb on it. How freaking adorable. I really love their booth. The owners were really nice. Yeah, a needle runs through it on Instagram, and then you could go to www.aneedlerunsthroughit.etsy.com. I highly recommend. I also got something else from their booth, which was a project bag. Hold on. Give me a second. I have my little cape in here. Look at how cute this is. I cannot. This speaks to my my little fall loving heart. It's so cute. They had like rifle paper co patterns, which if you saw my vlog, oh my gosh, I have something in my eye. If you saw my vlog, I do, like, I'm a sucker for rifle paper co patterns. Don't know why. I just am a big fan. They're so cute. So I wanted to get one, but when I saw this, I was like, this feels more, I felt like I was gravitating to it more. The other ones were more like, I like the patterns and I know I like the patterns. So I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It just felt more like a have to instead of like a want to, like a serotonin purchase, which was this. This is like their big project bags. They have like box bags too, or like notions bags. This one was $35, I think. And it had fit, when I was at the fair, it fit all of the skeins that I purchased. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 skeins that I purchased. There is a second one of this one. But it fits 6 skeins with more that I could fit in there. And it fits my whole project for the cape. And I just sneezed. Anyway, it fits the whole cape in there. Plus it fit some of the extra yarn I needed in there. I have no doubt it would fit a sweater in here. So I got that. And then let me not forget, because I purchased like about $100 at Oink Pigments. Or like, I don't know. I think it was like 90 something. I don't know. But they gave me a free little project bag. So that's where my UFO is in right now. There we go. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited. My husband actually bought me these two because I talk to people. So he got me the $40 one. So that I didn't include that in my budget because it wasn't my money. Anyway, so I stayed within my budget with my sale yarns, my stitch markers, and my project bag, plus a free project bag and a free stitch marker. So I'm very, very happy about that. I think that's it. Do I have any future plans? My future plans are to finish my cape. There are to finish the socks. Basically finish all my whips. When will I come back for a new podcast? Good question. I have no idea. Maybe closer to Christmas, maybe after Christmas. I'm going to assume somewhere around there. I might not have the presents with me. I'll probably just take pictures of them and show you guys later. That's nice. Anyway, I think that's about it for today. I will likely come back with a vlog before I do with a podcast. I'm trying to see if I can take my whole, like, not my tripod, but like the camera at least with me to Disneyland. If not, I will likely be doing it on my phone, in which case you probably won't know the difference. Maybe the sound quality would be a little bit different, but I honestly don't know what else to say other than that. I have also noticed, I feel like I should start doing chapters, and I'm gonna try, but no promises. Okay? I love you guys. Of course, I get cut off as I'm saying my goodbyes. Anyway, love you guys. I hope to see you in the next one. Hopefully the next one isn't that far off. I love you. You guys are amazing. If you're still here, thank you so much for sticking around, even though it's been like a month or two since I've last recorded. Life just happens, you know? It is what it is, but yeah, I'm happy to be back. I feel really energized. I think like the holidays are equally like really sad for me because my dad passed around in December actually. So like I said, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably have seen that already, but his 11th anniversary already passed. So it's like really bittersweet for me because I also have my son now. So it's like, I wish I could have had these memories all with him and my dad together. But, you know I can honor him every day by being the person that I am right now and be a really good mom to my son. And yeah. But anyway, that went from like a really hyped goodbye to like very contemplative and sad. Well, not sad, but like, contemplative, I guess is the best way to say it. But yeah, that's it. I think really. So it's like sad for that reason. And it's like literally in the first week of December. But then at the same time, I love the holidays. I love when we get together with all of our family members, people we haven't seen in forever. I think it's just a lot of fun. And I think because like everybody is not forced into it, but like, they're just like also like, oh, it's the holidays. It's the season of giving. So I feel like the vibes are just a lot better around Christmas for the most part, except for parking lots. PSA, if you live in the United States, parking lot speed limits are significantly lower than the main streets. I cannot, with all of these people who are driving like nearly 20 miles per hour in a parking lot when it's super packed and people are walking around, like I think the speed limit in parking lots is like 10, maybe 5, depending on the parking lot. Residentials are 25. The main streets is 40. Highways are 65, not 40 in a parking lot. Okay? I understand. Everyone's getting the presents. Everyone hates being around a lot of people, but like also don't be a jerk. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Just stick to 10 or lower. That's all you need. Okay? You really don't need that parking spot. You don't need to fight somebody for it. Just, be safe. Be safe. Be kind. Okay? Just, anyway, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. That's really what's been bugging me. That's what's been on my mind. So, I'm basically done with my Christmas shopping because I've been shopping since October because I hate feeling super stressed out in December. I'm almost done with my wrapping. Are you almost done with your wrapping? Also, give your hands a break every so often. Do some stretches because if you're rushing to do some Christmas presents, I know your fingers are hurting. Give yourself a break, okay? Do some like arm turns, do some like prayer hand thingies. Turn your wrist. My cheer coach used to tell us, because when we'd have to like lift girls, there's a lot of strain on our wrist. Grabbing a water bottle and just kind of doing this was like really helpful. So don't forget to give yourself a break. Okay? I will see you guys around eventually. Bye.